Hello children, welcome back to our maths class. We shall continue with chapter 5 quadrilaterals. Let's see the theorem on page 68 of your textbook. Diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. So now open your textbook to page number 68 and let's learn the theorem. Diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Now we can see ABCD is a rectangle where AC and BD are the two diagonals. And we have to prove AC and BD congruent. Okay, those are the two diagonals which we have to prove them as congruent. Now, here they have not given us the complete proof. I have dated it over here for you. So we have to complete the proof by giving suitable reasons. So I take two triangles. Okay, I take triangle ADC and ABC and ADB. Okay, these two triangles have been taken. ADB and ADC. Now in triangle ADC and triangle ADB, AB and CD are the opposite sides of the rectangle, and the opposite sides of the rectangle are congruent. So AB is congruent to side DC, opposite sides are congruent. You have to mention the reason why they are congruent. Then angle ADC and angle BAD, both are 90 degree. We can see the angles are 90 degree. So the two angles are 90 degree each, and AD is a common side for both the triangles ABD and ADC. So AD is a common side. So the two triangles are congruent by side angle side test. Okay. So I get diagonal AC is congruent to diagonal BD as corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Next, the second theorem, diagonals of a square are congruent. Now this theorem you have to do for homework. It is same like what we have done for a rectangle. Here it was rectangle, here it is a square. So nothing changes. We prove the diagonals of the rectangle congruent. Okay. Sorry, diagonals of a square congruent. The proof remains the same, only instead of rectangle we have to take square and do the sums. Okay. Next, the third theorem, diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. Now let's see this theorem. Okay, diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. So you can see PQRS is a rhombus, okay, where PR and SQ are the diagonals which intersect at point M. And I have to prove the diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. Okay, I have to prove they are perpendicular bisector of each other. So to prove perpendicular bisector of each other, I have to prove PM is congruent to MR and SM is congruent to MQ. Then I have to prove that PR is perpendicular to QS. Okay, these are the three things which we have to prove them. So now PQRS is a square which is already given to us, right? Now PQRS is a square. PQRS is a rhombus, and a rhombus is a parallelogram because it is a property. Every rhombus is a parallelogram. So PQRS is also a parallelogram. Now if PQRS is a parallelogram, then I can see that the diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other, right? It's a property. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. That means if they bisect each other, I can say that segment PM is congruent to segment RM and segment SM is congruent to segment QM. Okay, I have written a reason over here. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Now I take triangle PMS. This part of the triangle I take PMS and triangle PMQ. These two triangles I have taken, PMS and triangle PMQ. Now in triangle PMS and triangle PMQ, I will prove both the triangles congruent. So first SM is congruent to QM. I got it over here, right? Then PM is a common side. So PM is a common side, and PS and PQ are the sides of the rhombus. So the two triangles are congruent by SSS, test of congruence. Okay. So now I write the corresponding angle, that is angle PMS is congruent to angle PMQ. Both are 9, that is I got it by corresponding angles of congruent triangles. Now, angle PMS and angle PMQ form a linear pair, right? So if angle PMS and angle PMQ form a linear pair, the sum is equals to 180 degree. So angle PMS plus angle PMQ is equals to 180 degree, angles forming linear pair. Therefore, now PMS and PMQ are equal. So in place of PMQ, I can substitute that as PMS. So angle PMS plus angle PMS is equals to 180. Therefore, 2 angle PMS is 180. Therefore, angle PMS is equals to 90. So I get angle PMS as 90. That means it is a perpendicular bisector. That means segment PR and is perpendicular to segment SQ, or diagonal PR is perpendicular to diagonal SQ. Okay, that is the proof. Okay, it's not given completely in your textbook, so I want you all to copy this proof in your notebook. Okay, now let's start with exercise 5.3. Exercise 5.3, first question. Diagonals of a rectangle ABCD intersect at point O. So you can see a rectangle ABCD is a rectangle that is given to us. BD and AC are the diagonals. So the diagonals are equal. BD is equals to AD because diagonals of the rectangle are congruent. Now they intersect at point O. Sorry. If AC is equals to 8 centimeter, AC is given at 8 centimeter. So if AC is 8, we can say BD is also 8 because they are equal, right? Then find the length of BO. I have to find length of BO. If angle CAD is 35 degree, then find the measure of angle ACB. So first we'll find BO. We know BD is 8 centimeter. Why? Because AC is 8. AC and BD are equal, diagonals are congruent, so ultimately BD is also 8 centimeter. Now, BO lies in diagonal BD. That means BO is half of BD. So, BO is half of BD, diagonal bisect each other. So, BO is half of BD, that means half of 8, which is equals to 4 centimeter. So, you get the value of BO as 4. Now, the measure of angle CAD is given to us. CAD. That is given to us as 35 degree. Right? And we have to find the measure of angle ACB. Now, we need to find this angle. Now, if you see DAC or CAD and ACB, they form a Z formation. So, they can form alternate angles. Okay, but I have to show how they can form alternate angles. So I can take AD is parallel to BC and AC is a transversal. So I get angle CAD and angle ACB congruent. That is by alternate angle theorem. So CAD is 35 given. So ACB is also 35 degree. Okay. Next, second question. In a rhombus PQRS is a rhombus. PQ is 7.5. Okay, PQ is 7.5. Then find length QR. Now PQ is given 7.5. I have to find length QR. PQRS is a rhombus. Now in a rhombus, all the sides are equal. Right, so if PQ is 7.5, QR is also 7.5. 7.5. Sides are equal. So I got QR as 7.5. The further question is, if angle QPS, this whole angle QPS is 75 degree, then find the measure of angle PQR. We have to find the measure of angle PQR and SRQ. This. Now, PQR and SRQ. We have to find out this. We can see angle SRQ and angle SPQ. Both are opposite angles, right? So, angle SRQ is congruent to angle QPS. Opposite angles are congruent. That means angle QPS is also, but QPS is 75 degree. That means angle SRQ is also 75 degree. Next, we have to find, this I got as 75. I have to find PQR. Now, to find PQRS is a parallelogram, because every rhombus can be a parallelogram. Okay. So now, in the parallelogram, adjacent angles are supplementary. So I can take angle PQR and angle SPQ. These two angles I can take because those two are adjacent angles. And the adjacent angles are supplementary. So angle PQR plus angle SPQ is equals to 180 degree. Therefore angle PQR plus 75 degree is 180. So angle PQR is 180 minus 75, which is equals to 105 degree. So I got the angle as 105 degree. Okay. Next, the third sum. Diagonals of the square IJKL intersect at point M. Diagonals of the square IJKL intersect at point angle. Next is angle LJK. Angle LJK, this angle LJK lies inside the angle. Which angle it lies? It lies inside the angle IJK. Okay, this angle. So angle LJK is half of IJK, that is half of 90 is equals to 45. So you get that as 45 degree. Okay. Next, let us see the fourth sum. Diagonals of a rhombus are 20 cm and 21 cm respectively. Then find the side of the rhombus and its perimeter. Okay. So now ABCD is a rhombus where AC and BD are the diagonal which intersect at point M. Now, if we see AC is the diagonals are given, that means AC is 20 and the other diagonal BD is also given, that is 21, and they bisect each other. That means AM is half of AC, right? So half of AC is 10 centimeter and BM is half of BD, that is half of 21, that is 10.5 centimeter. 1 and 2. Okay. Now take two triangles. Now first I take triangle AMB. Now in triangle AMB, angle AMB is 90 degree because diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular to each other. So angle AMB is 90 degree. So if this is 90, I can take Pythagoras theorem. So that means AB square is equals to AM square plus BM square. Okay, that is by using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so AM is 10, so 10 square, and BM is 10.5, so 10.5 square. So find the square. Okay, so AB is 210.25. Now take out the point. Now it is 2 digit, so that means upon 100. If it is 3 digit, upon 1000. Okay, cancel if anything gets cancelled. Okay, see which number gets cancelled and all. Okay, now these 21025, they have splitted in by finding the factors of the numbers. If you can do directly, you can do directly cancellation. Okay, so you get Now, AB square is equals to 5 into 5 into 29 into 29. So when you multiply this number, you get 2105. Okay, and 100 I have substituted as 10 into 10 because this square I have to take out and I have to make a square root. So by removing the square, that is by taking square root on both the sides, you get AB is equals to 5 into 29 upon 10. So you multiply, so AB is 145 upon 10. So 145 upon 10 means 14.5. So each side of a rhombus is 14.5 centimeter, and the perimeter of a rhombus, perimeter formula is 4 into side. So 4 into 14.5, that is equal to 58 centimeter. So you get the answer as 58 centimeter. So I have drawn a figure I, J, K and L is a square. I, J, K, L is a square. With now the diagonals intersect at point M. So diagonals of the square intersect at point M. Okay, you can see. Now the diagonals of the square are also perpendicular bisector of each other. So diagonals of a square are perpendicular bisector to each other, Therefore, I get measure of angle IMJ as 90. Okay, IMJ is 90 because they are perpendicular to each other. Next, I have to find measure of angle JIK. JIK. Now, angle JIK, okay, and angle JIL. Angle JIL is 90 because it is a square, and square means it has all angles 90 degree. Now, angle JIK lies inside the angle JIL. That means angle JIK is half of angle JIL. So angle JIK is half of angle JIL. So half of 90, which is equals to 45. So you get the measure of angle JIK as 45 degree. Okay. Similarly for angle LJK. Angle LJK. Now angle LJK lies in the angle IJK. Lies in the angle LKJ. Okay, angle LJK. Okay, LJK lies inside the angle L. Next, question number 5. State with reasons whether the following statements are true or false. Okay, so you have to state with reason whether it is true or whether it is false. Now, first, every parallelogram is a rhombus. Now, every parallelogram is a rhombus. Okay, now every parallelogram could not be a rhombus. So that is why it is false. Why false? Now, all the sides of the rhombus are congruent. Okay, rhombus means it has all the sides congruent. Whereas a parallelogram has only opposite sides congruent. See the difference. A rhombus has all the sides congruent, but a parallelogram have only opposite sides congruent. So that means every parallelogram cannot be a rhombus. So it is a false, and I have written a reason over here. Okay. Next, every rhombus is a rectangle. Every rhombus is a rectangle. Now, in a rectangle, each angle is 90 degree, right? It is a right angle. But in rhombus, opposite angles are congruent. But then they are not needed that it will be 90 degree only. It could not be right angle. Okay, so there is a contradiction over here. So a rectangle has all the angles 90 degree, whereas a rhombus does not have always 90 degree angles. They have opposite angles congruent, but they are not always 90 degree. They are not always congruent. So that is why it is false. Next, Each rectangle is a parallelogram. A rectangle is a parallelogram. Yes, it is true. Why it is true? Because in a rectangle, both the pays of opposite sides are parallel, and that is also the same for parallelogram. The opposite sides are parallel. Now, if the opposite sides are parallel, that means they are also congruent. So, it is true. So, I have written the reason. Each square is a rectangle. Each square is a rectangle. Yes, it is true. It can be a rectangle because it has each angle of 90 degree, and even a rectangle has a 90 degree angle each. So it is true. Each square is a rhombus. Yes, it is a true because all the sides of the square are congruent, and even rhombus has all the sides congruent. Next. Every parallelogram is a rectangle. Now, a parallelogram could not be a rectangle. Why? A parallelogram is not a rectangle because it is not necessary that the parallelogram will have each angle of a right angle. It's not necessary. A rectangle will always have each angle of 90 degree. Okay, it can be a 90 degree angle, but a parallelogram, it's not necessary. So, it is a false. So with this I have completed the exercise 5.3. Okay, thank you.